What's up, everybody? Welcome back. The NFL draft is tonight, and I only have one thing I want to talk about. What the hell is going on with Shedeur Sanders? Like, are you guys like me wondering why is his stock falling so much so quickly, and what the hell is going on? But before we get there, please like, subscribe. Please subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you for everybody that subscribed. We have more content coming. But let's jump right into this. This is going to be quick. I'm just curious to you all's feelings about Shedeur. Like, we know Cam Ward's probably going one. We know Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter. Like, they're not talking about anybody else sliding in this draft outside of Shedeur Sanders. Apparently, everybody else is where they're supposed to be, or whatever the case may be, or it could go a couple different ways and stuff like that. But I just don't get it. Like, he threw for 4,000 or near 4,000 and 40 or near 40 touchdowns this year at Colorado, but yet, I mean, that doesn't mean anything because we've seen a lot of college quarterbacks, have monster college seasons and then get to the NFL and become underwhelming. So I understand that, and I know there's a draft process and scouting process and stuff like that. But from what you hear, and I'm not an analyst or anything like that, but I would like to say I have a decent eye. And from what I've seen and from what I've heard people say, it seems as though he's a pretty good quarterback and that he deserves to be drafted high. So why is he potentially not going to get drafted high? I seriously doubt he's going to get drafted number 3 to the Giants. Doesn't sound like anybody's desperate enough to trade up. They think maybe he'll fall. And I guess it could all be smoke and mirrors. If I was a GM or an owner, I wouldn't want other teams really knowing my draft. I wouldn't want other teams knowing my thinking, my draft board, who I want or who I could be going for. So I would probably do a lot of smoke and mirror stuff. Oh yeah, I hate this prospect. I hate that prospect and stuff like that. So if it's that, it makes sense. But let's just say it's all real and he doesn't get drafted doesn't get drafted tonight, but maybe he gets drafted tomorrow. If he falls to Saturday, then something just went wrong, and maybe people really do hate Deion Sanders the way that it's referred to on TV. But from what I've seen at Colorado and the team getting better, and same thing at Jackson State, and maybe some people discredit that. Okay, fine, but from what I saw at Colorado, especially this year when they moved conferences and whatnot, so he played big boy football. He didn't have a great offensive line. Like, he stood in there, he took it to the chin, like he still delivered. And I know you have people saying, oh, he threw a lot of screen passes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But he threw the ball down the downfield too. So, okay. I think he has the highest completion percentage in college football now, or something like that, or number one or close to number one. I think he's the highest one now. But all that being said, I know that doesn't mean that he's going to be a great NFL quarterback. We can go back to the Colt Brennans, God rest his soul. You can go back to numerous quarterbacks that were great in college and didn't quite cut it in the NFL. But, Carson Wentz, well, he went to a D2 school, so maybe people will cut him slack in the long run. But there are a lot of guys that went top of the draft that aren't good. Look at how many Hall of Famer quarterbacks specifically have been drafted in the first round. And then, so this may not be a bad thing. And honestly, it could be good for his career if he does fall to the late first round. I don't want him to fall to the second round because then people are going to have a bunch of stuff to say, and it's probably going to be negative. And I don't think that he deserves a negative because he doesn't come off like a negative person at all. And I'm not sure why Deion Sanders is portrayed as this negative person. I mean, we all have past and we all did things, but I don't know. In my opinion, I think Deion Sanders is beloved, but from what I've heard, he's not. But I'm from the outside looking in, so obviously I have a different opinion. So we see different things, but people that know him, hey, I don't know. But everybody said that this was going to happen, and clearly this happened. clearly it is happening. People hate Deion Sanders enough for Shedeur's draft stock to supposedly fall because we don't know. It could all be smoke and mirrors, like I said before. But if it's not, and he falls to the late first round, which will be good for his career because then he could land with maybe, well, this isn't late, the Saints. They could be better. Pittsburgh would probably be good because they're normally in the playoffs all the time. Great coach. They have great receivers. They needed to address the running back room. I think they only have one running back. But outside of that, that would be a good situation for him to go to. The Rams, Matt Stafford's getting older. Say he does go to the second round, which hopefully doesn't happen. But if he does, maybe the Raiders draft him to go behind Geno. That's the future over there, and maybe they're going to build the team out so that they can have position players in place for whenever that time comes. So there are different scenarios. I think if he makes it out of the first round, I think there are maybe about 5 or 6 teams that could draft him. If it's the first round and he does get drafted in the first round, it's probably the Saints or the Steelers. If he gets past those two, maybe the Rams, and then that's it. So unless, from what I've heard and from what we saw last year, if somebody takes a quarterback early and, the domino effect happens, like, oh, shit, don't take my QB, so let me go ahead and move up in the draft or start drafting a quarterback or readjust my draft process, well, however that works. But all in all, I think that Shedeur should be drafted. I'm not an evaluator, obviously, so my opinion doesn't matter. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that he should be drafted in the first round, what I'm referring to? Or do you think he should be drafted in the second round or later? The first round is the first round. We know the teams that he could go to, but say he falls to the second round, where do you guys think that he would land? Or where would you want him to land? Where do you think the best spot for him is? I don't know. This is going to be an interesting night. I think we have about an hour and some change, maybe 2 hours before the draft starts. So I'm thinking about doing some more videos, maybe going live then. So check me out if I do. If I don't, I definitely will be doing something. Another video, obviously breaking down the draft and how things unfold. And this could be a fun night because we've heard rumors about trades. We've heard I know Will Levis may be on the block. So yeah, but Kirk Cousins, this could be an interesting night, and this could definitely be an interesting start of our weekend. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.